Hello everybody, I am the Sonic Arrow, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. We're just gonna continue right where we left off, and where we left off was, day 3 investigation. We were at the Wright & Co. law offices, October 19th at 3:27 p.m. We just went through a trial where we had the shifty producer, or director, not producer, director, testify for us about the meeting, where we learned that it could have been done because Mr. Monkey had already fallen by the time... I'm just going to say this. The Steel Samurai went to Studio 2, and he could have been murdered when they had their break because Mr. Monkey fell over and blocked the path. So, we're going to investigate that possibility. And if you don't remember, let's take a look at the court record. That was a close one, huh, Mia? There's camera. Tap to glory. Oh yeah, we don't have that picture. Oh well. Really? Too bad. I'm sorry I missed it. But Maya. So, what happened? Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive and proof. Wow, good going, Nick. Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. Initial trial? What's that? That's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed up the whole process. So under the system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, we have no time to waste. So, to the main gate. October 19th, Global Studios, main gate. The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick, I think our guard's down. Yeah? Bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station, if we wanted. You eat, you die. Whew, she's alive. Let's talk about the producer. I was wondering about Divaske. I was wondering about Divaske, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her, so she always gets her way. She seems bitter. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. What about Manila? Can I ask you about Sal Manila, the director? Sal? He's soft, a pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? Or, no, it doesn't, Maya. I don't know. What about Mr. Hammer? I heard about what you said today. Cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer, you drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this. Oh, she's really pissed this time. You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Power's costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. Oh boy, okay. Studio 1. Studio 1 entrance. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume, then he left from here to go to Studio 2? Right. Why? I wonder if someone called him. Like the director or the producer? That's what we want to find out. Ah, she's here. Studio 2 entrance. Hey, Nick, it's Miss Vasquez. Hello? Hello? But Maya, you should at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she has to say, apparently. Let's check the incinerator. Must not clean it much. Mr. Hammer. Excuse me? Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and... Shh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off. Oh dear. Let's go inside the trailer. Studio 2 trailer. Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here. Guess she was still on high from getting that red card she needed. Oh yeah, Maya wasn't here for that. It was all Mia. The thing about the spirit mediums is, whenever they channel somebody, they allow them to use their body as a vessel to communicate with the world. That's why Maya's shape changed. Shape. You catch my meaning. But they become the person they're trying to channel. They're no longer the spirit medium that channeled. They're the spirit that was channeled. Nothing in here that could be a clue. Just paper cups and crumpled documents. Okay, nothing in here yet. We still have to talk to her. Yeah, okay, do everything. Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it. Nick, she did it. She's the killer. My Fey blood speaks to me. I know it. I know it. Oh dear. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila. You must talk about that, man. Perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer. By yourselves? Oh dear. Okay. Nothing. I thought that was on something. Okay, so we gave away the key card, so we can't go into Studio 1. Employee area. Tour 19 Global Studios employee area. Guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming just one time. This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see the film later. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. I wonder if there are any other clues lying around. Yeah! No touching. Eek! Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you. Didn't mean I almost had a heart attack. I guess I can be a little dramatique at times. I suppose the actor in me. Dramatique indeed. Ahem. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on the table. What, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. The plate. So you're looking for traces of the sleeping pills? How? For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct, where I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to these sleeping pills, see? There's traces, it'll change color. Wow, neat. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Now, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright? So the food on this plate had been laced with sleeping pills. Looks like it. The investigation. How goes your investigation? To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers, and some people think we should switch suspects. What do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it. I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. But I smell smoke. No. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. What about Edgeworth? How's Edgeworth doing, anyway? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed his paper cup with hot coffee in it. Whoa, talk about burns, pal. Wow, the fury of Edgeworth. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups? Bottles? Say, whatever happened with that empty bottle? That was a bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle. So that means... Yep, sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right. Sleeping pill bottle added to the court record. Again? Alright, dressing room. October 19th, Global Studios, dressing room. Empty dressing rooms are like this are kind of lonely, aren't they? I'm sure Mr. Powers will be back soon. He'll be fine. Yeah. I should go see Powers. October 19th, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick. You must have really wowed him in there. Hey, could you wipe that grin off your face? Hey, WP, only one day left. Let's make it count. Yes, though there's not really anything I can do to help. I'm I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Producer Vasquez? The Vasquez? Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? Oh, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. A genius? She's been in global studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and what? Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manella? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director. Something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Interesting. Now everyone knows the name Salmonella. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that. I can imagine him being at her beck and call, but I can't imagine him jumping. Ooh, burn! Burn! Mr. Hammer. Mr. Hammer. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's why he began appearing in little productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer. Just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. Years ago? I see. Okay, we'll be back, hopefully. Miss Oldbeck, what do you think of this? Think? I'm not in the mood for thinking, thank you very much. Okay. Okay, nothing else to say. Outside Studio 1. Let's talk to D. Vasquez. Maybe we can get her attention with something. She's not even looking. Okay. Hey, you, look. Why are you showing that to me, Nick? What do we do? Move. Trailer. Nope, move. Set Studio 2. Set Studio 1. Huh. Steak plate. It's looking like Will Powers was drugged. I'm going to go back to the precinct to do some more detailed tests. You're being very free with your information today, Detective. Well, don't go telling anyone this, pal. But I was kind of impressed with today's trial, too. Most lawyers would have given up after that director's testimony. I think if it had been anyone but you up there, Powers would be done for by now. Detective, about that bottle. Oh, that? Talk about embarrassing, pal. I can't believe I missed that on my first sweep for evidence. Don't know how I can apologize to Mr. Edgeworth. It must be tough being a detective with all that responsibility. Oh, let's try the dressing room. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? But WP's innocent. Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done, but this week is the last episode of The Steel Samurai. What? No! Mr. Hammer. I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer. Yes, on the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume, too. What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh, I guess the rumor must be true then. The rumor? Yeah, Ms. Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt. You know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too. Film set? Was that trailer part of a film set then? Last episode. What do you mean the last Steel Samurai? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No, no! Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided. See? Why aren't they going to make kids shows anymore? Studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand? How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? It's okay, I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true. The program just ends. They'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something. Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is calling for here. Here, take a look at this. Take that! And this is? The fan collected all these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be canceled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay, but what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this incident 5 years ago. Okay. Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago? Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago, someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. Someone died? It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Hammer? And that's why Mr. Hammer wouldn't do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to. If I could English today, that'd be nice. Ugh, yeah. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. What was that? Ugh. Weird taste. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know? Thanks. We'll try asking her, if she'll talk. There's a check mark on the studio policy. Oops. What, you're still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over for me? The old windbag doesn't look so good. Everyone's doing their darnest to create Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer. It's all due to Hammer. She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance? 5 years ago. I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. Who told? Who did you hear that from? Huh? Nichols. Nichols? Nichols, Nick. Penny Nichols. That assistant we talked to. Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Whippersnappers dredging up dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed, no less. Suppose you think this is fun? No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. Claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof? Oh, yeah. I have proof. I can prove that Mr. Powers stole Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Take that. Here's my proof. What? What's that little empty bottle supposed to prove? It's a bottle of sleeping pills with Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it. What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's your proof he used those pills on Powers? Sickly. Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes. So? This is the plate that he used to eat the steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on that plate. I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Oldbag? Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see. Tired of holding it all in. Rather somber music. Miss Oldbag. You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the mafia. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. Look, you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone. Miss Oldbag. Hold on a minute. Poor Miss Oldbag. Here, take this. Photograph? Wait a second. This is the picture. Is this the trailer in Studio 2? Hammer was supposed to fight with the bad guy on top of those stairs here. He pushed the other actor and the man fell onto the firebox fence. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. I understand. Now we can make Vasquez talk. As I like to say, Di Vasquez. Move to Studio 2. She's not even looking. Where? What? Where'd you get that? Well, Oldbag. Old? She means the security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick. Right. Anyway, Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. Huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer. Nick, show inside the trailer. I got a bad feeling about this. If I remember right, there's something that happens. Oh, hold on, there's something off here. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Okay, we're good. Got a bad feeling about this. Something happens in the trailer. You can. Well then, what was it you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kid shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now? Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But you were the cause. You pressured him. And to think it was just an accident. Excuse me. What is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think. What would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That is what I mean. But where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security said it was an accident. Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hand, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me. Now. What? This is valuable evidence. Boys. Ah, yes. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow? How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt. No? Why should Di Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, race away. No! Hold it right there. I heard everything, pal. Di Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me now. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it. That's right. Gumshoe saves us. Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was really scared. Huh? Don't mention it, pal. I'm just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just... I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Well, Nick, looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. Here's the bottom. Di Vasquez. That took me a half hour to do. I'm not ending this here. Save, yes. Quit, no. We're getting to the bottom of this. October 20th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. It claims that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. Prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was president in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Weird. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez. I'm a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I just need this banter. You must pontificate. Do it when I'm not here. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did. Make her pay. Right. She's guilty. I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. The day of the murder. I entered the trailer a little before noon. The meeting began at noon, sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the trailer in front of the trailer. On the table in front of the trailer. I said that right. We found Hammer's body later, when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. There's a van in Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk. Well, with the monkey's head toppling over. The van. I see. Oh, that van's big enough to carry a body. All coming together. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. The day of the murder. I entered the trailer a little before noon. By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop at the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. The meeting began at noon sharp. It ended at 4. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Okay, come on, let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. Same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. Meeting ended at 4 and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. Hold on, you had Sal take you? What does that mean? It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh, alright. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. There was a 15-minute break. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal? No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. She committed murder during that break. She wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. Got some evidence that proved she didn't eat that steak. Well, Nick, find anything? Kinda wish she'd said a little more. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said. Somewhere. T-bone steaks. Oh, here's steak plate. Large bone. 15-minute break. Rehearsal afterwards. Wait. Oh yeah. Block the path. to the scene of the crime between 2:15 and 4. So... She was fatigued, had Sal take her. Oh, that's a long pipe, not a long cigarette holder. Never mind. Rehearsal afterwards, we went to Studio One. Fatigued. Found in the employee area. Sorry, I'm trying to think. I'm sorry. Began at noon, sharp, ended at 4. Rehearsal afterwards, we went to Studio 1. Fatigue, so I had the cell take me at 2:30. We took a 15-minute break. Saw the T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. So we want some of this. Well, Nick, find anything? I wish she said a little more. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. I'm sure we'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said somewhere. Entered the trailer a little before noon. You can get at noon, sharp, ended at 4. There's to be a rehearsal afterwards. We're at Studio 1. Oh boy. Oh boy. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Saw the T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. There needs to be something that proves she didn't eat a T-bone steak. Or... Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal? No, I mean someone else? One person is enough. She committed murder, however, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proved she didn't eat that steak. Well, they can find anything. Kind of wish she said a little more. It's hard. I think she is being a boss, but I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said somewhere. The trailer, a little before noon. Meeting began at noon. Sharp, ended at 4. There was a rehearsal afterwards. We went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. Okay. Press her here again. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Okay, come on. Let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. Same could be said about you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. Ugh. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. And what exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. Meeting ended at 4. The rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you do is state the obvious, Edgeworth. Sweet Sweats, I'll take me. Time of death, 10:15 at 2:30 p.m. Cause pierced through the chest by a spear. Yeah, the samurai spear, which is this. Breaking the shaft and mended with duct tape. Oh. Hold on, you had Sal take you? What does that mean? Means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh, alright. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Saw on the 8 T-bone steaks. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal? No, I mean someone else? One person is enough. She committed murder during that break. She wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proves she didn't eat that steak. Well, Nick, find anything? Kinda wish she said a little more. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being boss, but I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said somewhere. Would have had time to go to Studio One because it blocked the path to the scene of the crime between 2:15 and 4. So she could have gotten in there. The meeting could have started. 2:15 rolled around, and then 2:30 it fell over. Let's see. Let's go over every piece of evidence to see what's up. Okay, about getting there. Dragging one leg, touch the check button to examine. October 15th. Okay, 10:15, 2 p.m. You pass by the gate. Let's go over every piece of evidence real quick. Guide map. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna use my mouse for this. So, we're saying it was committed here in Studio 2. But then how would the body have gotten to Studio 1? Did we put it in the van? That was somewhere right here or right here. Yeah, about right here. And that's where the incinerator is. Did I check the incinerator? Always check the incinerator. It wasn't giving me much, so I couldn't check the incinerator. Oh well, let's see, it was... It's entirely possible, because the van could have moved the body. Okay, let's go back to square one. Enter the trailer a little before noon. Meeting began at noon sharp. It ended at 4. It was rehearsals. Afterwards, we went to Studio 1. It was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. It's fatigued, so I had Sal take me. 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. She didn't eat it. Objection! Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. Well, what's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate? The plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Fasquet and Mr. Manila ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Miss Fasquet? Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. I see. What was Miss Fasquet doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Meeting the Steel Samurai. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Yeah! Order. Are you saying... Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Got her now. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes, I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use the heavy spear as a weapon? How could she use the heavy weir as a weapon? Heavy spear as a weapon. How could she use that heavy weapon? She is of petite stature. Leverage or something? She killed him like he accidentally killed that guy. You couldn't, could you? I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Ha, you see? Yes, however, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, Samurai Spear was not the murder weapon. What? What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I can prove, Your Honor. I can prove it was not the murder weapon. There would be blood on it. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that the spear broke during the morning action scene run-through, but someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who's wearing a thick costume with this, through the chest? Order, order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon. Then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? Mr. Wright? I can tell you. Would I make a claim that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? Your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon. Look at this photo. What's this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order, order. If I cannot order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident in Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it. See the fall man in the photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? What? Are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago has happened again. Correct. Continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Misty Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. But whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die? 5 years ago? Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my scriptwriting staff. Staff! You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer on the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? Break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside the costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright? How could she have dealt with the body? I bet she could move it. You'd be surprised, I bet she could do it. When people think their life depends on it, they can do amazing things. This is not an episode of That's Incredible. She claims she did everything in 15 minutes. Let me guess. Show me proof. Correct. Show me proof. How am I supposed to do that? Then I won't have you making unsubstantiated claims. Wait a second. How does he know what I'm thinking? Ha! And you'd only look at the cold sweat running down your face to know what you're thinking. Stride, perhaps you'd like to reconsider your claim. She had another way. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? For instance. Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. That's right. Please show us how she carried the body. The van! Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Before everyone else got there, you put the body in the magistrate costume. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget, it was Sal Manila that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manila was a conspirator? Oop. Good thing I had the charger right on my chair. Going red. Okay. Was he a conspirator? Well, he'd do anything she would say, but he drove the van. Of course he was. Body had to be placed in the van and put in the costume. No way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. Smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win? So what happens next? Don't me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Well, wait, so you mean Vasquez? So it was you? You killed Jackhammer? Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, you just engaged in a battle of wits, and the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? Order, Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you have no more questions, I'll believe him. Have her testify again? You did it? Or testify again? Testify again. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? I want to give it Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You ask the same question, get the same answers. Waste of time. Damn! Come so far only to fail. As it seems, there are no further questions. I'd like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see, very well. Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm the witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed, verily I say, ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. Witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, how did Edgeworth? Who knows? Probably realized she did it too. But wasn't he the one that always gets a guilty verdict? After all that, Edgeworth. After finding the body, he's on my side too. I was with Sal and Old Bag securely when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. Security lady Old Bag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and director notes. Then I went home. Direction notes. I see no issues raised by this testimony. Let's write your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're close, real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. I love how she calls him Nick. It's just, it's just so nice. They're such good friends. After all, they were connected by Mia, so if they weren't friends, that would be weird. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 o'clock for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies in costumes, mind you. Press harder. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help. Oh, what did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into any costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. But, boy, the witness will continue her testimony. The assistant was there. The assistant was there, too. Only Powers was absent. Mr. Powers is taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go call him? Remember. Remember what? There's a dead body lying in front of us. Yet you expect me to be calm? You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Press harder. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps, but no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without a Steel Samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missed. Poor Powers. I suppose that explains that. Your own, Miss Vasquez. You may continue. They immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. They were silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then, silence. Dead silence. Silence. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. The security lady, Obag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. Obag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going towards the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems also to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. Photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best of judgment when it comes to Hammer. I don't think there's anything here I can use. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. You asked to be left out? Yes, it seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting, there's no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us. Covered it up for you. Must have been a lot riding on it with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. The script and your direction notes? Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Press harder. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Well, yeah, I guess. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One. Thank you, Edgeworth. I couldn't have objected myself? Mr. Edgeworth, what you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? Can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left him behind. How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal, he told me. Sal, the director. You have to find something to peg this on her here, or everything we've done till now would have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. I knew Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left him behind. Why couldn't I have objected to that? Come on, Phoenix. How did you even know about the injury? How did I know? So, he told me. You have to find something to peg this on her here, or everything we've done till now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. Let's see. Okay, Objection! Objection! No, that's wrong. The evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence in the statement just not related? They aren't, are they? Not at all, Mr. Wright. Please think the facts over before making accusations. We're right here at the climactic finish. Epic music. How'd she know? Would Sal have told her? See, it was Sal, Hammer, Powers, and Old Bag who were at the rehearsal. Hammer and Powers wouldn't have told her. Old Bag would probably was not gonna go there, and I don't think she would have asked Sal about how it went. The meeting got started right away. Okay, I'm a little stuck. But I will not look at the walkthrough. I will do this with integrity. Okay, knew Hammer was injured. How'd she know? Gotta turn our thinking upside down. It's not, why did she leave him behind? It's not how she knew about Hammer's injury, it's how did she find out? No, Power's injury. How'd she find it? No. It's not how did she know? It's why. No. Okay. It's not. Why did she. Not why did she know about his injury, it's why she left her stuff behind in the first place. Wasn't it Powers that was injured? Objection. You knew that Hammer was injured? I think that's a little funny. I mean, it was a Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? There we go. That was off. It was like, how did I not see that? Sure, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. That's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right, he must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Monroe was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you about the wrong person? Miss Vasquez? You saw Hammer limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Miss Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah, when he was doing this, well, it would have to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2 where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Stop that. I hate when you're forced to inhale because they're like, you interrupted me for that? You couldn't have waited? Order, I will have order. Witness, can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. No, she killed the victim. There's a reason. It is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on this matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? This is like Castlevania music. It's great. Let's see. Does she have a motive? This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial, it began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We're talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. That's right. Please explain. Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. Oh boy. What in tarnation? Hey, what in tarnation? What incarnations are we talking about? This class is why you never kiss a cactus, no matter how much it flirts with you. Let's see. What? What's her motive? I don't know. Sorry, I'm going quiet. She had motive, but do I have evidence? It's obvious. He would have outed her. He came to talk to her. Man. Very sudden. Age 23. Whoa, that's right. Okay, sleeping pill bottle, no. Steak plate, no. This 5-year-old photo seems like it's... Well, if he was so useful, then why would you want to get rid of him? Okay, it's not what was her motive, it's why she killed Hammer. That is her motive. It's, Oh well. No motive. She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Fesquet did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Fesquet. What? What? Your Honor? Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill de Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. She broke her cigarette. So you did do it, didn't you? Yes, I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Ah, Miss Vasquez, what happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No, how could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No, Manuel! Just don't touch him, Miss Vasquez. No! Please don't die. Please. Oh, God. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again. I win. That's not guilty for me. Mr. Edward, where's de Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor, as calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. It appears you have brought about yet another miracle. Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Yeah! Stamp it on his forehead, not guilty. Signed by Mr. Felix Wright and the judge. Oh! 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 Yeah! Oh, yeah! I did it! That's all. This court is adjourned. Oh! Sorry, Victor Dance. October 20th, 1:12 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Woot woot! I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder. It makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me why. Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai? Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in kids' shows, and as a villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him any time. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I. So am I. Congratulations, WP. Oh? Oh. Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. Can't wait to get back to that sweaty costume end. Is something wrong? No, of course not. Ah! Nick, Edgeworth! Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar. Right? I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Next to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Mr. Wright, was that guy your friend? What? Friends? As if. They're rivals. Rivals, right, Nick? For now we are, I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me. What's this all about with Edgeworth? And so the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kid shows again. The Pink Princess. Nick, this is it. The new show starts today. You're gonna watch with me, right? I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. And with that, it's the end. I won! I win! I'm sort of good at games. I'm not the best. There are people better than me, but I did it. I did it, and I didn't fail this time. Oh, turnabout. No, this one. Oh. We're not gonna spoil it. Stage data. That's it. I'm done. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you like this, please give this video a like. If you have any recommendations for anything you guys want to see, or if you guys want to, you know what? I want your guys' opinion. There's this ROM hack of Pokemon Fire Red and Emerald. It's called Moemon. It's what would happen if every Pokemon was an anime girl. I'm serious, and I can't stress enough that I've played a little bit, but not much. But if you guys want to see me play that, then type. Let's make this interesting. Type Phoenix Wright if you want to see me play Moemon, and type Miles Edgeworth if you don't want to see me do that. I think that'd be interesting. And if you like the stuff that I do, hit the subscribe button, please, and make sure you ring that bell so you're notified as soon as something goes up. Like I said in the last episode, it's weird. You need to turn on notifications to be notified. It's weird, but just thank you guys for watching this. And if you, like I said, Phoenix Wright for yes Moemon, or Miles Edgeworth for no Moemon. So I want to know I want to get your guys' opinion. I'd really like to play Moemon for you, but if you don't want to see me do it, then I don't want to waste your time. Just thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.